Our next presenter is Joan Marie. I haven't even told you who she is and what she does. Most of you know her, but amazing woman. She's an inspirational speaker, community activist, multi-sensory, multimedia artist, and massage therapist. Whoa, all that. And she's also the owner of Enter the Orchid, where she offers community events, and the co-founder of Compassionate Capital Region. Recently, she was the project coordinator for Sacramento's first Interdependence Day, which was a fantastic event. And that happened July 4th. Yeah, it was, well, Independence Day, yeah, duh. And now she's also helping to produce the first Vision 2020 conference in downtown Sacramento this September. So, and I'm sure that she'll say something about that. We're so grateful to have her. You know, she's been to Soul Talk several times, and we welcome back. Welcome back, Joan Marie.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here today. I really appreciate it, and it's so fascinating. This is the second time I've had the opportunity to speak here, and I find it fascinating that the subject matter takes you on a journey. So it's been really interesting to hear everyone that's spoken, what their journey has been for them that prompted their talk. So thank you so much. So I am a logophile, which means I'm a lover of words. So what triggered me was mission accomplished. Oh my God, you know, what's that mean? So I actually looked it up. So even though they're common words, I find that fascinating. So mission means any work that someone believes it is their duty to do. Isn't that cool? And accomplish, to succeed in reaching a stage in a progression. So I thought, oh my God, that's perfect. So for me, what that triggered was, it seems like when we complete something, it actually creates a new beginning. So we have this simultaneous thing of beginnings and endings all at the same time. And the way I was raised, a Catholic girl, that my focus tended to be more on my failures and what would be considered failures, which diminishes us, instead of our successes, which elevates us and expands us. So in thinking of terms of mission accomplished, it was really joyful for me to use that perspective in going back and review what has occurred in my life. And I'd love to invite you to consider doing the same. It's a nice little journey to go on. So I like the thought of thinking mission accomplished occurs continuously with each of us throughout our lives. And that we have a continuous series of events that lead to a blossoming and growing and maturing into a full fruition for us as individuals, filling our lives with meaning and purpose. As we review, some may be a mission accomplished that we didn't see a new beginning. We saw it just as an ending, and that it was complete, and we moved on, continuing on with our lives. So one of the privileges that I found of our aging process is that I believe we have an opportunity to go back and review and look at the things that, and appreciate where we've been and where it's taken us and where it's taking us. So that gives us an opportunity to notice things that we may want to pick up again and hold with a new and deeper perspective. And so do we decide to pay attention to these events on these guideposts, noticing that there's common threads? Sometimes we start noticing that there's a weaving. Or do we notice that, that there's a deeper reason of why we went through what we went through? So one of the other things that came up was I asked myself, what if this was a way for our future self to turn around and call us, offering an opportunity and experiences that prepare us for the times ahead, in a way supporting us and allowing us to kind of catch up to our future? And what if some of these things accelerate us on our timeline to propel us forward towards our life purpose? And what if our past, we thought that might have been a failure, was actually an accomplishment for our future that we may not have realized at that moment in time, and that it stayed waiting for us to return to and pick up again? And all of these occurrences happen through the choices of what we say yes to and what we say no to. There's a great saying that luck may be the crossroads between opportunity and preparation, yet success has everything to do with how prepared we are when opportunity comes. I like that. You want me to say it again? Okay. Luck may be the crossroads between opportunity and preparation, yet success has everything to do with how prepared we are when opportunity comes. So I'd like to give an example of what my process was. So in 2011, I got an opportunity to organize an event that would bring the community and family and friends together in Carmichael. And it was the United Nations International Day of Peace event. And I had never done anything that big, but throughout my life, I always liked planning things and bringing people together. So I used that part of me and learned along the way, and I ended up doing it from 2011 to 2015. And one of the things I found was that when we choose to do something that serves the community, it also serves us, and it helps us grow. So one of the things I learned from the Day of Peace, and I'm still learning, is that it made me consciously aware of where I'm at war inside myself. And this made me realize that one of the greatest gifts of service that I could do for my community was to offer and create an arena for people, including myself, to learn more skills in how to be a better human. We don't always learn that in school, right? So that was a guidepost for me. And then in 2015, I started working with Compassionate Capital Region. And we've been working with getting the cities in our region. We have 7 counties. And I'm happy to say that Sacramento has agreed to become a compassionate city. Woohoo. And so we'll be announcing the actual formality of that. But that actually is going to create a new beginning, because we don't want it to just be something on paper. We want something real for Sacramento and to be a leader in what that means. So when I started being the co-founder with Compassionate Capital Region, I started having visions about the year 2020. And that was part of my talk earlier this year. So I got the opportunity to share that vision, and I believe that there's going to be a mass awakening. I think it's already happening. And I think that part of what I was seeing was that looking at our past is that that can also ignite our awareness. The year 2020 is the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which allowed women the right to vote, and also the 150th anniversary of Julia Ward Howe's Mother's Day Peace Proclamation, and that was written right after the Civil War. So it's hard to believe that that's not that long ago. It seems like it is, but it's not. So I feel that we're in a time of an awareness of our past and our future coming into this present moment more consciously, and that it's supporting us and loving us and guiding us and cheering us on, because we're the ones in physical form right now, right? So what astounded me was earlier this year when I did the Soul Talks, in less than 2 weeks of giving it a voice, I ended up having a meeting with Shift Network, and I was asked to be the producer of the vision that he had of creating a series of events that help lead and guide us towards the year 2020. Go figure, right? So I was, my event that I was producing along with others was kind of the kickoff. And it was 4th of July, Interdependence Day. So it was kind of a twist on how we look at things, which I think is part of the Great Awakening, that we want to kind of expand how we're looking at things. And so, so we did that. It was a great success, mission accomplished. And I was able to utilize what I had learned from those 4 years of doing the Day of Peace events and bringing it to this, and also learning a lot more because it was bumped up to another level. So now, again, in September, we have another event going on where it's called California Vision 2020. And it's a 3-day conference at the Sacramento Convention Center. It's an amazing lineup. And what we're inviting people to do is to consider that being part of California and being part of the capital of California, that we have this amazing opportunity to come together and look at how we can shine our light and be leaders in possibilities of a better way. And so we are working with change makers and creative leadership, and we don't know exactly where the year 2020 is taking us, but we know we're going somewhere with it, right? So why not make it a good one? And what I found is I got this opportunity because I kept saying yes, that there were the signposts that said, this is right to do. So, and like you were saying, you know, that we have a vision, but it's not always just us carrying it, right? But we can be the holders that keep it alive, right? So what I especially appreciated about this is that that I don't have to be some great politician or some incredible community leader, that who I am is enough, that what I'm doing is enough to help the greater good keep moving forward. And I think that that's our task, and that's something to celebrate, that we don't have to have like official titles. That's not really what's important. And a lot of times the people with official titles aren't really doing a whole lot, right? So what I found was that thinking in terms of mission accomplished, that really started becoming like a buzz phrase for me and in my life. And I like it, and I want to keep using it because it was bringing me like in a clearer direction. And so it allowed me to reframe my thoughts of failing and allowed me the knowing that there have been times where I have stumbled, but that I can acknowledge that I'm continually learning to courageously look into the face of my fears and not be afraid that I might falter, that I'll keep going. And so, with this said, can you see in your own lives kind of how there's a string of a lot of mission accomplished? Are you seeing that? Okay, good.